you shut the fuck up?
Hi, guys.
Hello, everyone.
Yo.
Welcome to our fancy recording studio.
Yes.
Quite nice.
Party in the back? Yes. Really in the way back?
The fucking back.
This goes so far back, like 30, 40 feet back there. It's so fucking big in here.
Yeah, a lot of reinforcements for all the soil that's on top of it being 35 feet under the ground.
35 feet underground. Out here somewhere past Marsing.
Yes.
Yep.
Allegedly.
How's you guys this week been?
Fuck, I've been fucking fabulous.
How was everyone out there in Podcast Land's week? I hope good. It's Friday today, isn't it, for
It
you?
is Friday.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us today with your Friday shit.
Yeah. Who are we?
We're Blacktooth Grin,
We are Blacktooth Grin.
a band from Idaho. We keep it ambiguous.
We do.
Idaho?
Question mark?
Yeah.
Yep. We are Blacktooth Grin.
That's
from
not
Idaho,
a real
Music of Mayhem.
Idaho's not even real, dude.
Ohio?
Oh, Iowa.
Iowa.
Iowa, Ohio.
Everybody thinks all we
Idaho.
are is potatoes and
Oh,
idiots.
Idaho, Iowa. That's the one.
So, Lou,
Yes.
how'd your week go?
Not bad.
Awkward
Well,
silence, just fucking getting in there.
alternator went out on the old hot rod, the Kia.
Is it because you come
And,
whipping in here like fucking Steve McQueen every week?
I only did, well, maybe.
How's
He's
them,
more like Ken
I only
Block.
did that.
How's them
every time.
fucking rotors? looking?
Great. Just fine.
Stop's good.
They're doing just fine.
Stops fine.
Little e-brake action. Never hurt nobody.
I agree, brother.
But, yeah, so that shit broke down out in Cuna, South Meridian Road, out on a farm, taking
I
care
don't
of some
like
farm
Cuna.
animals. Got a Lyft driver to come get us and take us home.
Shout out to fucking Lyft, and Lyft, if you're listening, sponsor us.
Yeah, which we should find out
You
which
know,
Lyft
and
driver because
also-
he drove the mayor home. He
And
didn't even realize.
Thanks for not being a creep, man. It was good.
Oh, he wasn't a creep
There
to
was
you?
no
or-
there was no awkward silence. He kept the conversation going, and it wasn't like shut the fuck up. Could
He's
you?
like, hey, you want to check out my new
Just get me
mixtape?
home?
Here,
Yeah,
Dan,
nothing
he's
like that.
gonna.
Hey, you want to check out my band?
Oh yeah,
Check it out.
we're called Ravens.
I haven't done
Nest.
I haven't done too many Uber rides in my life, but last time we did, Stacy and I were in one on the way back from Slicks, and I remember it was like a brand new car, and you were 3 sheets to the wind. You didn't throw up in there.
Atta girl.
Hey,
You're just like he was like, I'm hope you're enjoying the ride, really going for the tips, and Stacy's in the back seat just like, what is this fucking bullshit you're playing on the radio? He's like, oh, you don't like no, it was like I don't know, it was country or whatever, and so he's like, oh, what would you like me to play? She's like, it's all shit.
your fucking music sucks. no.
Last time I took a
Let me
fucking
tell you
Uber was from
something.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nicole and I Ubered out here.
Fuck.
God damn.
That was a $4,000 Uber.
Well,
Dude.
we actually Ubered to Slicks. We had the big party, the Halloween party
Shout
at
out to
Slicks.
Slicks.
And then we rode here with you guys. And then
Oh,
we
yeah.
Ubered all the fucking way back.
Dude, I
You
think
rode
I think
in-
a DUI would have been cheaper.
Fuck. And it probably would have taken less time.
Shout out to DUIs.
That was like 75 miles of Uber in one fucking day,
Do you
dude.
remember when we were kids, there weren't such thing as DUIs? The sheriff would pull your dad over and be like, Bob, I don't think you should be that drunk.
Now-
And he'd be like, ugh,
How many of you had? I've only had 2.
I had 2 beers.
All right.
I remember
Yeah.
I remember specifically getting pulled over with my dad driving,
Yeah.
and he grabbed the beer out from between his legs and put it up on the dash
My dad
so
would
he
hand
could
it
get
to
his
me.
wallet out so he could get his license.
Yeah, they didn't give
Straight
a
just
fuck.
fucking beer right there on the dash.
That
Hey,
.08
Officer,
shit's
would you hold this for a second? I need my wallet.
I need to get my
little
wallet here
grandpa's
real
old
quick.
cough syrup.
Here, hold this pistol. Fuck.
So I'm like-
I
Times were
don't
different.
promote drunk driving.
So I'm
don't
like-
fucking
No.
do that.
I'm
you
like 9 or
loser.
10 years old, right? And we're leaving the bar midnight, 1 o'clock as usual, as pretty normal.
Well,
And
you and your girlfriend?
my dad,
Or- oh,
my dad.
Fuck.
You
Montana
look
peoples are
horrible for a
different.
9 or 10-year-old, dude.
No,
They
I should,
served
I
you. It
shouldn't,
was
I
Get
shouldn't
on,
know
Montana.
this.
you
No,
get
well,
on
I've
like
already
a
started.
skin regimen or something. Fuck, dude.
I've already started throwing this out there. I should throw him under the bus. But no, he would plop me on his knee and make me steer because he figured it was much better to pay a ticket for no driver's license than it was to get a DUI. But he'd
I love
still be
this
running
guy.
the gas pedal and the brakes.
I've met your dad, and I actually picture him just laughing maniacally like the Joker while he fucking puts his entire existence in your hands.
Well, he's got them
what kind of
badass
cop-
chops, dude.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of cop is going to give a ticket for like a father-son moment? You know, I'm letting my
Right?
kid
We're
drive. man.
fucking
Come on.
bonding.
What the fuck is the worst that's going to happen right now?
Look, he's already doing it.
He's sober.
We're almost home.
He's less drunk than I am.
I remember a different time. We're in his 1948 Chevy 1-ton panel truck.
I've seen this
And
truck.
it's
It's
got
a
a- it's
fucking
got a-
sweet
Still
motion.
has it?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
still got it. It's got
Oh,
a
fuck
390.
yeah.
Doc
He's got
still
a-
has everything he's ever owned
He's
ever.
got a 396 in this thing, and I'm about 7 years old, and we were coming home from the bar, and he's hot rodding like. I was like, Dad, stop that shit. You're gonna, and I'm like 6. I'm like. You're not, and he's thinking he's funny. Anyway, we get around this corner and freaking he stomps on it, and it's all gravel road, and he slides us right into the trees. Boom! Like dents the front fender and shit. And all my mightiness, I stand up at about 2 foot tall, stand up on the seat, and I was like, "Do you see what you did? I told you were gonna do that."
Just wagging your finger at your
I
drunk
just
dad.
scolded his ass, and I was about 6 years old.
There's something weird in the air about Montana, boys. The second we crossed state line, when I went up there, first time I ever been to Montana,
Drinking and driving doesn't count up there.
I'm got my arm out the window, and it's a nice summer fucking day, and I'm feeling that vibe. It's like fucking life is so high. I'm fucking feeling it, man.
Fuck yeah.
All of a sudden, a bee comes in and hits me in the fucking eyeball and ends up directly in my asshole, like down the
Right in his ass.
back of
Wow.
my pants, right stinging me hard in my butthole, and I fucking like. I'm in the back seat like fucking help me, somebody please help me. And everyone's laughing at me because it's funny, but it wasn't.
Well,
that.
yeah.
So I was in Montana for 30
Trying to-
fucking seconds.
Yeah, we were barely
Right.
through Missoula.
Oh, dude, and I got stung right up in my fucking asshole. And I forgot what the other part of that story I was gonna tell.
Just something weird in the air about Montana.
Yeah, because I don't remember. The bee thing really set me. I forgot everything
yeah,
else.
I'm traumatized by it, and my asshole's just
If
fine.
you've never been to Montana, there's something weird in the air. It makes you act a fool.
And watch your asshole.
Oh, I got drunk and screamed at a train going by.
Well,
I got out of the truck because we were
I've been doing that
pumped,
since I was 10.
and I got it just fucking like fall down, scrape your knees drunk,
Ooh.
and was like throwing rocks at a train and screaming at it for some reason. Like,
Sure.
Kurt Cobain standing on the pier and screaming at God for his own existence.
The
Like,
good
I think
thing
I was
is
having
you
a
were like
religious
40, 41.
Yeah, no, was I 40 yet? How long ago did we go to Montucky?
Half a dozen.
Yeah, I don't think I was quite 40 yet. No. We went to Ingham for my 40th. We'd already gone to Montucky by then. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no. Just so Montana's weird,
That's
man.
why that bee stung you in the ass. We
And I had-
decided it's because you kept calling it Montucky.
I also had the worst hangover in my fucking adult life.
Montana beer's different, though.
No, we were drinking fucking hard whiskey. That was back when I used to drink whiskey.
Oh.
I had one of those, like, you can't stop throwing up or trying to go back to sleep until 6 or 7 o'clock the next evening.
You guys go on without me.
And you get up and you're like, okay, let's go. Because everybody's partying. And you're, fuck, you're trying. Pepper pulled that shit in Hollywood.
Giving her the fucking beans.
Remember when Pepper tried to fucking come to the Museum of Death with us?
Yeah, and then he went back to the hotel and
He got
slept
to the
all fucking day.
He got to the corner of fucking Western and Hollywood and was like, nope.
And about,
went
and
right the
about
fuck back.
fell into traffic.
Oh, do I think he just was like, I don't think he sobered up that entire weekend.
None of us did.
I mean, I did a bit.
Lou was actually the
We
only
had-
one that
I
was
mean-
ballsy enough to hop in a cab from Hollywood
We had-
Boulevard.
We had peaks and valleys, as far as being
Yeah.
drunk, that's for sure. Justin
Lou
and
had
I,
enough of walking. It was like, I'm done.
we're
Fuck
on our
this.
way. Dude, I had old busted ass, worn out shoes. We're on our
Oh,
way
yeah, no,
back,
your
and I'm like,
dogs were
dude, I'm
barking.
done, man. And what's funny is that between that cabbie's shitty ass driving and the fucking traffic, I beat them back like by 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
We got a fucking cab out of Alki Beach once in Seattle. Everybody bailed. They were like, we're just going to take the bus, and fucking got on the bus, and it was you, me, and Lenny. Yeah, it was.
We had to take multiple cabs
because everybody fucked off. This motherfucker, Lenny's like, we'll just get a cab. I was like, okay, cool. We get this fucking cab, and this guy literally had like gotten in a fight with his wife or something earlier that day and had no fucking will to live. He didn't give a fuck. He did not give a fuck. And he was cutting, dude, we're
He's
talking
splitting
Seattle.
lanes in a fucking car.
You've been to fucking
Oh, yeah.
Seattle. The fucking lanes are this wide. He was cutting in front of city buses. He was dodging into parking spots to get around corners and shit. He was straight, like, motherfucker was playing Grand Theft Auto and thought he could respawn him a new cab. He fucking gave her the beans. And I was just drunk enough to be like, yeah, because I didn't give a fuck either. Like, this is the way I'm going to go.
You told him to do that.
Just give her some beans. Well, it saved me about $6 or $7.
I would have
We got there a little
dadded.
quicker.
I would have dadded that motherfucker, dude. Like, you know how I am.
He was going too fast. You couldn't talk. He
Yeah.
was like hitting 2 or 3 G's, man.
Fuck yeah, running them twin turbos.
Oh, fucking that in that 1993 Ford Taurus, painted yellow. Fuck yeah, he was. Yeah, it was incredible. He gave her the beans.
Fuck yeah, dude.
We had one of them cab rides in Vegas one time. Same story. Like pedestrians, I don't give a
Oh,
shit.
they'll kill you if you walk in front of a cab in Vegas. They'll just run you the fuck
Oh,
over.
yeah.
They don't.
Watch out for the yellow ones. They don't stop.
They honk and shit and like will nudge you with their cars. It's incredible. Yeah.
Dude, when I was 18 years old, I went to the Philippines to visit my dad in Manila. And you want to talk about a cab ride? Ride there. You climb into these things, they call them a jeepney, and they're all like stainless
What are they
steel.
called?
A jeepney.
A Jeep me.
Knee, like
Knee.
jeepney.
Jeepney. Okay.
Yeah. And you hop in one of these fuckers, and there's like 435 other people in this 4-seat fucking Jeep thing.
Sitting on and around each other.
around
Yeah,
it, hanging
yeah.
out the window, and
Out
you
of each
literally
other.
they'll pull right up on the fucking sidewalk, drive right past a fucking armed guard, dude standing there with a fucking fully
Oh,
automatic
yeah.
rifle, and they're just like me, fucking move, and I'm gonna fucking die.
Everybody has an AK-47 in the Philippines for some reason.
Absolutely,
You don't impress
Absolutely.
me.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, so I think that's probably where I became the only one that will drive. I don't fucking ride with people. Dude, that scared the shit out of me.
Oh, dude, the only time we have gone on Blacktooth road trips that you ever relinquished fucking driving control to anyone was to me, and you had a toothache in your head.
Yep, almost died in Oregon.
I almost died from a toothache.
Well, fuck, I was all passed out, and I remember we're in a 55-mile-an-hour highway in Oregon, and I pass out in the passenger seat, and I wake up and look over at the speedo, and we're doing 95.
Jeremy's sleeping too.
Jeremy didn't give a fuck, dude. Like, bro, we have we could in this crew we go like do everything right the way there. You know, you do the speed limit. You don't get
Yeah.
any fucking weed. You just wait till you get across the border to get weed and shit. But on the way back, it's like I always end up driving on the way back, and fucking by Sunday night, I am just goddamn done with this whole trip. I cannot fucking wait to get home. And you know, coming back anywhere from the coast,
Oh, yeah.
you come around the new cement plant,
Yep.
and it has those fucking slats in the thing.
The guardrail, yeah.
The guardrail has the slats in it, and every car that comes by goes fucking straight up 70s strobe light. And you're trying. We always fuck around enough on Sunday that we don't get back until dark.
Oh, that's
Way
how you're
dark.
supposed to do it.
Right. So every time I come around that corner, that shit's like, it fucks me up every time, and I think I'm going to kill every goddamn one of us. And, like, that part of the road fucking sucks.
We
Yeah.
always make sure we leave early enough so we're not going through that area when it's fucking dark.
I tried to too, man.
I
but like,
hate going through that area when it's dark. The blues, I think, is what it is, right?
It's just at the end of the blues.
oh
yeah.
my God, yeah.
I feel like that section too. Whoever pulled the grade on the road and like actually surveyed that only had one shoe on because it's
Yeah.
fucking tipped
Oh,
the
dude,
wrong
you're
way.
straight
Roller
up
coaster.
banking
Yeah.
like Talladega on that.
The wrong
motherfucker.
way though. On the one,
mean,
there's one
no, the
section where
one-
you're banked the opposite direction.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
totally right. Around that bridge
Yeah,
part.
or I'm just going too fast and I'm on the wrong side of the road. But whatever's happening.
I mean, I
It's
don't
fucking banked
mind
on.
driving at night, but I mean that area, it's like, I mean, you got to worry about freaking deer running across the road, you know, first of all, And it's like you don't know what's coming up around the corner.
And
Yep.
it's Oregon.
You know?
If you do 60, they fucking put you in jail.
Fuck.
Yeah, for the longest time, the speed limit was 55. Didn't they change it?
Oh,
I think
they
they
did
changed it
recently
because when you're
change it.
going to Nevada, that 55-mile-an-hour road is just.
Oh,
Through
no wonder I'm
Winnemucca.
falling asleep. 55?
Yeah.
And then
I-
there's
I-
a whole section there that roller coasters. I thought that's what you guys were talking about, and then I realized I was thinking of a different road. But on the way to Nevada, there's a spot where, as long as you're going at least 15 over, you can catch air in like 3 spots.
Justin drove us to Astoria once, and he found a fucking road in a minivan that we rented that could actually catch some fucking air.
All
And
minivans can catch air.
That minivan extremely caught air. I bet there was 4.5 feet between the wheels and the pavement. You
Whatever
came
it
off
takes.
that motherfucker. What is that? 220, 221.
No, that's Old Otter Loop.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
go up there. I'll
Oh,
jump.
yeah.
I'll jump everything. I'll jump
We
a
were-
mini bike on it.
And
Yeah, I don't
you-
give a shit.
You didn't see it coming, and I think you had your foot in the gas a little bit too. You were right at the bottom of it, and you were like, "Oh shit, everybody, hold on,
No, I was all jump.
jump!" Oh, that's all you said. You jumped, and all the luggage in the back fucking hit the top.
I think
and the
Audrey and I
girls were
hit that.
passed the fuck out, and they hit the fucking roof.
It's a good time.
I think Audrey and I hit
incredible.
that in her fucking little Ford Focus, but not
Oh, yeah.
not at the speed I think you guys did.
Well, the trick to it is you got to be going way too fast. There's
trick to
science.
it.
There's science to it. So that way, when you drop into the dip,
Yeah.
your suspension loads,
Sure.
and then,
And then you
springs
bounce
you
the
right
fuck
the fuck
back
out.
out.
Yep.
That's how I jump everywhere I go.
For a minute there, everything's weightless, and it's just like weed and like
Oh yeah,
40 ounces.
yeah.
of
It's like
oatmeal
that
just
vomit
floating
comet
through
they
the air.
do in the air for weightlessness. There's just like Doritos flying,
Dude.
Mountain Dew droplets floating. Through the
I don't know what it is, but I drive like a grandpa. If it says 65, I'm doing 64.
I also
Like,
be driving like
I
a grandpa
am a
these
grandpa.
days.
I don't fucking like dealing with cops. I drive slow. It's how I do
Lou
it.
was the first
You get
one
me
of
off
us-
road though, I'm a fucking idiot.
Lou was the first one of us to get our license, and his first car was a '74 Chevy Nova,
Yeah.
350. It goddamn small black Chevy.
God, 350.
Had a goddamn 350. So we were always trying to see what sort of shit we could get that thing to float off of. Yeah, no, that's kind of where all of my wanting to jump shit off of shit comes
I've
from.
half thought about trying to clear the fucking moat bridge out here. The fucking drawbridge there coming into
What,
the castle.
With a mini bike or
Anything.
with your truck?
My truck, whatever I'm in.
All right.
I mean, we could build a little ramp
fucking-
out there. We
the
should
band
film
van?
this.
Yeah, I'll jump that fucker. I'll Evel Knievel right over that bitch.
Wow. Right now?
Maybe.
Okay, cut.
Well,
we're going to video.
I'm only on water, so next week.
Oh, next week. We'll get
Yeah.
you on some Fireball and methamphetamines.
Yeah, we're on it.
All
dude.
right, shit. Well, I suppose you guys are wondering why we're coming from the studio here today.
Yes.
It's because at the very end of this episode, Justin's going to give you a little
Vocalizer.
taste of what we've been working on out here for so very
We're
long.
just like a behind the music of the tracking
yeah,
process.
we let you
right?
guys into our inner
Show
sanctum.
you a little more on how this kind of sausage is made.
Yeah.
Pull the curtain back, see the real Oz. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What would you say is your biggest challenge in recording and learning all this shit? And
Are you talking to me?
I'm looking right at you.
Well, they don't know that if they're listening on Spotify.
Well, fair enough, but you still didn't have to fucking ask that if I'm looking right at you. Who are you trying to impress on Spotify? Fucking nobody's watching.
Why are you always so mad at me?
I'm looking right at you.
What would I say is the hardest part of
Because he's your
yes.
boss.
Let's fucking come on.
just obviously like getting a good performance is key, and I always get just a good performance from you guys like every time.
Well,
Like,
as clean as you can send it into the board. Is key.
honestly, like we can sit here and fucking punch in and punch in and punch in all day long, but if you give me a good fucking, if it sounds like your gear when I'm standing in your room, then that's awesome. And you guys,
Yep.
so I get really fucking spoiled because I don't have to do much. Honestly, the hardest fucking part for me is like learning the computer end of it, because I'm a
Right.
fucking, like, I'm a dolt when it comes to computer shit.
Yeah.
Like I had to learn that quick. But other than that, like just learning how to not keep fucking with tracks.
Yeah, and when to know when to call it done, because you're making
Yeah.
a cake. I keep referring to it as making a cake, and you lay down the first couple layers, and then
Like maybe this cake doesn't need parsley in it. What are you
after a
doing?
little while,
You know?
you're still running the frosting and whatnot on there.
Like, hey man, that cake tasted really good. Why'd you go and put salami on top
You
of
put
it? Like,
garlic in that chocolate cake for it.
Exactly that. So it's a curse and a blessing because I'm allowed to at any given moment during any day to come and try anything
Add accordion.
or just dude. Honestly,
Ooh, I have an accordion.
10,000
Oh, yeah.
didgeridoos. I'm a fucking army of didgeridoos.
Fuck yeah, let's do it. And I'll bring the accordion.
I mean,
My parents would kill me if they knew this was a polka party.
or you just go, that sounds like a Blacktooth GRIN song, and that's what everybody seems to be listening to these days. Like,
Yeah.
they didn't want any goofy shit on the old tracks. Why would I put any? But there's that natural progression of like, well, we've learned to do this now, and maybe we try this, and if it sounds cool, that's what we're doing.
And it's getting more and more fun, but a little bit more stressful, because now we're getting to the point we have, 5 songs sitting in that
Six?
We
computer
have
right there,
7
and there's
6.5, yeah.
Yeah, I guess there is.
With
And
the-
we've got that many songs that now we're getting antsy we want to release them.
Yes.
That's my deal. And then
We're gonna make that happen right soon, though,
Yeah.
right? Within a couple of weeks, we're
Yeah,
gonna try
I'd
to throw
imagine
something
a couple
out
of
there.
weeks.
Yeah,
We'll-
everybody
we'll at least
guys
get one
have
out
stuck
there.
around and supported the shit out of Blacktooth all these years.
Yeah.
We're going to give you something, I think, that I find extra tasty. I don't want to toot my own fiddle.
Oh, it's
or
been really fun. Just
sniff my own cinnamon roll.
they kind of
but
keep falling out of the sky. These songs, and they're none of them sound anything like the rest of them. I don't know. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, man.
I fucking love it.
Each one's a little bit more unique than the last, which makes it hard to decide on which one we want to release, because it's like, well, this one's really cool for this one or for this reason.
Right.
This one's cool for this reason.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
It's easier if you write shit.
Well,
It's
and
easier to
when
find a good
you're-
one.
When you're paying for studio time, you're like, yeah, no, that's fine. That's good enough. Let's just release that because I don't have any more money. That's
Yeah.
fine.
That'll
you
do.
s-
Can you just do what you can do with it? Yeah.
And trying to express to somebody else an idea that you have in your head through musical nomenclature, the way that we're like, no, hi, and I'm hearing a fucking bop-a-doo-bop, bop, boppity bop in that, or maybe the vocals go, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
we're able to express our ideas without real words, but trying to express somebody who's trying to make your album for you without being able to say, no, I need it a little more swampy right there. They don't know what the fuck
What's
I'm
swampy?
talking about.
No.
Swampy, like. So that's the beauty, is it's like, well, I'm going to try 13 or 15 different fucking things that make that sound the way that I'm looking for.
Yep.
But I can't, you have to toe the line. You can't over muck it. If you start mucking, you got to get the fuck, and I get studio ear really easy. So producing these things, like, I got to walk the fuck away.
Well, and these
come
things
back.
fucking suck if you're doing it with this, and then
I don't headphone. I
your
started
ear level with the
headphones.
monitors.
I don't do it
and-
anymore.
Yeah, fuck that.
I do it straight through the fucking monitors because that's what that's got to sound like. Every time
That's
I
what they're
mix
for.
something in the
Yeah.
headphones, I'm like, that sounds so neat. Then we go back to the monitors and it's like,
Ew.
holy shit. Yeah. So that's the hardest part. In summation, Lou, I digress.
So do you guys want to know what I did?
I forgot there was an answer in there somewhere. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no, it's a very convoluted. Sorry about all
I
that.
forgot what I was. Yeah, I forgot. That's right. I
Lose
did.
asleep.
I did ask a question.
You did.
Yeah. Okay.
And you got the most convoluted, pedantic fucking answer in the history of answers.
It only really counts because you said, "Okay, sorry, Lou, that was your answer." I digress. So that I guess that does.
Yes.
Count.
So,
So good enough.
tell me what you did.
So, people that have been listening should know that I've been on this Arnold Schwarzenegger movie journey.
Dude,
Right.
because you have not been a fan of Schwarzenegger.
Nope,
your
and
entire
never
life.
seen him.
We
Never
grew
seen 'em.
up
So
as
these are all new to
Schwarzenegger
me.
fans.
Yep. So if you're just tuning in, that's what's been going on. But I finally watched The Terminator last night.
The original
The
Terminator?
original. The
Oh.
original one.
Okay.
And I'm surprised, but I fucking loved it.
Oh, I knew
Absolutely
you
fucking
would.
loved it.
All right.
It was,
I
and
told
what's
you earlier
weird about
before
it?
we started rolling, I said, when you tell me about Terminator tonight, because you wouldn't spoil anything.
Right.
I said, you have to be very careful how you grade Terminator.
Yeah.
Because that's a pretty big fucking movie for a lot of us. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So what I've also noticed too is that I'm going to give it its rating, but it's kind of started flipping my other ratings around where I believe the Terminator has actually made me like Predator better than I liked it before.
I knew this
So
would
it
happen.
does. So it does make me a little bit more of the Arnold movie and that type of movie fan. But I'm gonna drop Terminator right now as a 9.5.
Oh,
All right.
Damn.
It's
God
that
damn,
good,
a near
and I would
perfect.
and I would watch it again, and it's also made me want to watch the other ones again.
Mm.
Where I was like, all right, Predator was cool, but I don't ever have to see it again. Like I wasn't saying, oh, dude, I'm gonna watch. But now I'm like, I watch that again.
I am absolutely convinced the only reason Terminator 1 got a 9.5 and not a perfect 10 is because it was not Terminator 2.
That and that's what you keep telling me. And so far, now after seeing the Terminator, I'm starting to believe that. Before, when you're like, give me these movies, I will make you an Arnold fan. Jeremy, I was kind of like, I think you're full of shit, man. I'm a Stallone guy. I always will love my Stallone movies.
Oh, dude, I love Stallone
But they're
too,
different.
but
They
they're
are
different.
apples and oranges, and they are
Absolutely.
different. They're both 80s action stars, but they're completely different types of movies. So it,
Terminator
it's
1 gets a 9.5.
9.5, and the only reason is because Reese being born after the fucking war, but then he's here and like trying to figure out the whole timeline kind of twisted my brains up a little.
Yeah, you can't try. I mean, like Reese was born after the war, met an older John Connor.
Right?
John Connor said, "You have to go back in time and save my mom so that I can be born."
Yes.
Everything's cyclical.
Well,
Terminator
from that
fucking
very
rules.
second, you would know he was successful then because John.
Otherwise,
Connor's
he
talking
wouldn't
to him.
exist. That's absolutely right. If you start thinking about the Terminator timeline, you'll drive yourself fucking Arkham Asylum crazy.
Well, and you get
Yeah.
all mad at everything that's not for Terminator 1 or 2, right? You're
No.
a hard pass on everything
Terminator
after that.
2 stops the fucking timeline. Hold on, I won't, spoiler alert. Terminator 2, by the time we get to the end of Terminator 2, Terminator 3 and 4 and all those other ones, just, it's extra bullshit. It's a cash grab.
But should I still watch them?
Nope. Just Terminator
I say
2.
yes.
You say yes. Stacy,
But not be-
yes.
not
Party in
before-
the back, yes. You're saying
Squeeze
yes.
says no. Jeremy
you,
says no. Lou, you're the deciding factor whether I watch these or not.
you don't need them
I
at all.
I have not watched them.
Okay, so we're not watching them then. Sorry, guys. I love you.
Once you
I was gonna
see
say,
2,
don't put it
you can
before.
be like, I am so willing to fucking say that 2 is the be-all, end-all of the absolutely perfect fucking movies of the 90s, that if I'm wrong on that, I will eat your fucking shoe.
Left or right?
I don't care. Which one do you wear the most?
Right.
Okay, then I'll eat the other one.
Sounds perfect.
Really? Do you spend a lot of your time just wandering around without a left shoe?
Oh, yeah, man. On the golf course.
Well, here's the
It's
issue.
only because you're wearing one shoe.
Yeah.
You're that guy that throws one shoe out the window on your way home.
He wears one shoe and one boot.
Well,
Call him,
I'm
no
getting old
shoe
enough.
boot.
I'm
Shovel?
getting old enough that it's a lot of
boot.
effort to tie 2 shoes. So sometimes I might throw a pair of Vans or a Van on one foot and a flip-flop on the other. You never fucking know. I need to get slips.
Lou just fucking shabooted this.
The whole fucking thing.
She calls him old shaboot.
No, shoe boot.
God
Fuck
damn
yeah.
it.
So yeah, so I'm stoked. I'm stoked on the Terminator.
We're going to go watch Terminator 2 together in
gonna be good.
Fuqua's Theater. We're
In the
all
Gnomes-
going.
in the
You're
Gnomes
invited.
Theater.
TC, you're coming. You're filming. You have to.
Yeah,
I
we're gonna do the
predict- I
podcast.
predict-
We're going to podcast.
I
from
predict Justin gives it a 10. He has to. I mean,
it. I
there's no
think
way.
What if I don't?
You're gonna be like, that was the worst shit.
But no,
and you're
like
gonna stomp
I
out
know
halfway through it.
I'm not gonna dislike the movie. I can tell you that right now.
No,
From Terminator 1, there's no way I'm gonna dislike.
I also don't like the buildup we're giving you.
yeah, no, it's unfair. I was
Yeah.
just about to say it's the unfair buildup that we're giving to it. But I'm going to say the be-all, end-all of Schwarzenegger films for me is that movie. Like,
Yeah.
True Lies is amazing. Great fucking movie, but it's not Terminator 2.
Agreed.
Okay.
That is
I'm
the best sci-fi fucking movie of all time.
And
And,
again,
I'm
yeah.
saying
dude,
that
I'm
over
gonna say it.
Aliens, but that's horror
It's
sci-fi.
pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's not pretty good. It's fucking amazing, I just said. Fuck.
and very
I was
underrated.
trying to think as far as the best sci-fi movie ever. I'd have to come back
nope.
to you.
No, you don't. It's Terminator 2. I just fucking said that. I don't. What's the problem here?
For me,
Fifth
very
Element.
underrated. I mean, Jingle All the Way. Also, I mean that's got to be right up
Schwarzenegger
there.
sci-fi. Yeah.
Yeah. Sinbad, Schwarzenegger.
I'm
come
pretty
on.
sure I've actually seen that one.
You know the best line from that
And-
whole movie is when he's on the phone with Phil Hartman and he says, "Put that cookie down now."
It's not a tumor, really.
That's Kindergarten Cop.
Did you know that-
Shit.
I've seen that one.
Did you know that was filmed in Astoria, Oregon?
Yes.
Sure did.
Hi, did you have some music news that you're going to awkwardly?
Speaking of totally wrong information,
Yeah,
like
go
I
ahead.
just did.
I like your wrong information so much, though.
There wasn't a ton of music news.
Hi, it's wrong news.
I realized earlier today that Lou and I were looking up the same shit, and we both found the same exciting news.
I want you
Absolutely.
guys to go back and forth with your stories then.
Okay.
I don't want it to be awkward. I don't want to get yelled at by you again. I want you both to just have a good fucking time with it.
Whoa.
My new
You
news
the
goal.
governor?
My music news goal is to be just mostly right, but not all the way right.
Well, and that's fair because that's how news goes.
yeah.
Just good enough.
So in some country, wherever,
I'll fill in the details. You go.
Yeah,
ahead,
you
buddy.
go
you
ahead.
know what,
Tell us.
Lou, you should just take it.
No.
Jim Morrison of the Doors. He died somewhere that wasn't in America in 1971.
France.
Yes.
Those are
Right?
facts.
Lou, is that right?
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
Anyway.
In an apartment.
Today, his
In a bathtub.
his bust of his statue was found.
The bust from
the
his
bust
grave.
of the statue
Yes.
on his grave.
Right. It's been missing for 632
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
years.
That's
I believe.
not
Hold on,
right
hold
at
on.
all.
I got my
close.
I got my figures here in front of me.
37.
They were found after 37 years, missing for almost 4 decades.
But
From-
do we know where it's found?
From the Père Lachaise Cemetery in Jeremy,
Paris, France.
Paris, France.
Yes.
But do they know
In a pair of pants.
where, like,
They did not give any information as to where it came from. It just was returned.
It was somebody
it
just brought
was
it back?
during an active search warrant of some sort, and I saw people complaining on the thing. It's like, this didn't give me any information.
And it
This
was
is-
it was a search warrant like at government level too.
so they
so
must have
there's-
knew what they were looking for, but
some sort of art or
they're not dropping.
Yeah.
It's an active.
memorabilia collector. that-
Somebody got some shit going.
It's an active investigation, so they're not saying who and why and all that shit.
That particular bust of Jim Morrison has been defaced. So it was made the same year I was born, 10 years after Jim Morrison died.
okay, 81.
In 81, the artist, I cannot think of the artist's name, but that was commissioned, and it was a beautiful marble sculpture of Jim Morrison. Just a fucking beautiful. And they put it on, his family placed it on top of the grave, and immediately the fucking scumbags came out and just started defacing everything
Defaced it.
and busted his nose and his lips off so that they could take pieces of his grave home. They were literally
His-
carving. They were
his-
literally carving into other people's tombstones, Jim this way in this cemetery.
Oh my god!
And just if you see, just Google a photo of what the bust looks like now. It's
I
got
saw that, yep.
50 years of fucking graffiti on
Yeah.
it, dude.
So at one point, his parents replaced the bust and actually had, I think they added like some quote, or like
Greek.
after it was replaced, it was Greek for something for like in his style or
It was-
something like that. Or
Party
yeah.
on dudes, I think is what it. It was. Yeah.
No one here gets out alive, man.
That's fact.
But they
I was
actually
a
had
huge-
to launch freaking tear gas at people that were hanging around that wouldn't leave.
In 1991, they threw a huge fucking party there, and they had to bust it up with tear gas. Yeah,
It's my kind of party.
20-year anniversary of him dying.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yep.
So what else you got?
Oh, not much.
Anyone?
Weird.
I mean,
Hyatt music news.
You got Jane's Addiction bullshit where
Oh, tell me about that.
Dave Navarro told Guitar Player magazine, I quote, I will never play again with Perry Farrell.
Said, no,
And this
thank
comes, no, thank you. And this comes after Perry Farrell tried to punch him in the face.
Well, I mean, he did.
Made it an aggressive attack.
Perry Farrell looks like
Towards
he's
him.
made out of toothpicks and licorice. He just could not. He's like when you throw a punch in your dream, and it fucking. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So, and it's not like he's going to replace, Perry Farrell because he's like, no chance the band will ever play again.
Honestly, one of the best shows I ever saw was the Jane's Addiction show. It was fucking incredible.
Because they wanted to knock each other the fuck out.
No, back in those days, Dave Navarro had just done that. What was his side project thing he had just done in the 90s? There was a whole thing. You remember. He just done his thing.
Damn it.
And Jane's Addiction just got back together.
Damn.
Yeah, they were doing porno for pyros.
That was Perry Farrell's
Yeah,
thing.
Perry Farrell's other
but,
thing, yeah.
Dave Navarro had his own thing.
God, I forget what it was.
I forget what it was, too. But I saw them during that when they just got back together, and it was one of the best fucking shows I ever saw.
Yeah, I can't say I'm going to miss Jane's Addiction, though. Like, I
don't
like
know,
some
dude,
songs.
Some of them songs are pretty iconic. Jane Says is one of them fucking songs.
Dude, the whole
dude.
B side of that album, though, is phenomenal.
It's just a snapshot of an era.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That entire.
Yep.
I also saw that the Poison Ascendancy tour is falling apart with Trivium and Bullet for My Valentine.
Oh, falling apart.
Well, Bullet went ahead and canceled the world part of the world tour. So yeah, they're being
Midwest tour.
They're being real vague about it, but apparently the singer for Bullet, Matt Tuck, will finish the U.S. side of it, but they had planned on, a whole Mexico and a lot of different places, a whole world side of it, and they said no thanks, and he's going to go record an album instead, and they won't really talk about what the hell happened, but the guys in Trivium said he's got no respect for their entire crew, their entire process. And then they think they really quickly squashed it, like they did Damage Control, and they're like, no, we have nothing but respect for those guys. So I just understand
Somebody's
that.
lawyer stepped in and was like, you guys got to shut the fuck up.
That's falling
Oh,
apart
fuck yeah.
halfway through.
Down has officially recorded the exact same amount of songs that we have.
Ah,
Interesting.
We're on
fuck yeah.
There's a new COC
catching
album
'em.
coming out
Yes,
and a
there
new
is.
Down album coming out.
Nice.
Yep.
And I'm
Fuck yeah.
very excited about both of that shit. So
Let me
too.
throw a little downer shit. Drop out.
Downer shit news.
Dropout Kings. They're kind of one of those bands you don't really know unless you probably hear something in a fucking show or something. You're like, ooh, I like that song.
You recognize it.
And you're like, ooh, I got to find who does that. Anyway, frontman, vocalist, and founder Adam Rainey was found dead. So that's kind of a bummer.
Found dead of.
No really details. So it's speculation.
See, it's fresh and being
Rock
investigated.
stardom. Found dead of rock stardom.
This morning, it was news.
That's craziness.
I forgot to write down my source, but
Did you guys know the lead singer of Smash
sounds
Mouth
like my
died
part.
right here in Idaho?
Yeah.
I had no
Oh, yeah.
fucking idea he lived here in Idaho.
Yep.
I wish I could remember his name. He always reminded me of Guy Fieri
He did.
with the frosted tips. And
Yep. Same outfit, goggles.
Hey, now. You're
I almost
Get your
remember his
game
name.
on.
Go
Almost,
play.
Almost.
Justin, you had some pretty cool.
I do have some
music
cool news.
news.
Yeah. So for the
This just in.
Foo Fighters Foo Fighter fans.
This just in.
Yeah. He's on one today, dude. Fucking
This
hat.
just in.
Somebody gave him 2 beers. He's doing good.
I know. I wasn't buzzed when we were recording the first one, but no.
Well, you know what? That's okay.
You had to fucking tell everybody.
Again, 2 beers.
This just in.
Yeah, this just in.
This just in.
The Foo Fighter fans out there, they have dropped their drummer who replaced the late great Taylor Hawkins, and are replacing said drummer Josh Reese or whatever his last name is.
Reams.
Jesk.
Priest.
Jesk. I don't know his fucking last name, but I will say that Taylor Hawkins' kid, Shane Hawkins, is going to replace that guy.
That's pretty
So you're bringing the
neato.
fucking family legacy back to the Foo
Yeah.
Fighters.
Shit, that's neat.
Yeah.
I read an article about that, and I don't know. I might have it mixed up, but there was the headline article, or the headline comment of the article was, like, why would they kick me out? And the headline quote,
How
I
can
guess,
you kick me out?
the headline quote, I guess, what I'm trying to say is the metronome like drumming style was soulless.
I saw that.
It's like,
I didn't click in.
damn.
Well, you know,
Okay.
and I guess that
Shit.
dude's been fired from other bands before, though. In that article, it talked about that. He's been let go from other bands, and he's like, I'll survive.
How hard
Before
would it
they
be?
found Taylor Hawkins, when we watched that documentary,
Yeah.
right? He was fired from the Foo Fighters.
Wait, so his
It's the second time he's been fired from the Foo.
the
Now get
metro
the fuck out of here.
the
fired.
metrominess of his drums were too soulless. So he
Just-
was
Yeah,
too
bro,
good.
we had a
He
drummer.
was too
Were
good
soulless.
at holding.
No, we had a
Perfect.
drummer
There was
that
just no flavor
really,
to it.
Oh, okay.
really good drummer, but just no fucking vibe to
No
it.
soul.
Like,
Yeah.
how hard is it as a fucking drummer to be in a band with Dave Grohl, though? I mean, honestly, like,
Yeah.
Dave Grohl does that shit where he's like, nah, those weren't good enough, and he goes back in and redoes your drum
He
track.
did that on the entire first album.
You goddamn right he did,
Mm-hmm.
but Dave Grohl's an incredible drummer. I'm not a Nirvana fan.
No.
You know what's crazy is there's an interview that
But
he
Dave
did,
Grohl's
that
an
he
amazing
does
musician.
with Pharrell Williams,
Yeah.
right, where he's just like, stop saying I'm a good drummer. He's like, I'm not. And he named off like 3 bands from like the 60s, and the 70s,
Oh,
like
sure.
some groove funk, kind of shit. And he goes, he's like, like the opening, the ta 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 ta. He's like, I stole that from this band. And Pharrell just went, holy shit.
Dude, there's nothing we can play that we're not stealing from
Yeah.
somebody else at this point.
Well, there's only so many frets on a guitar, and there's only so many drums. The drums can almost go unlimited because you could spend 20 years just studying the different sounds of the hi-hat.
We've been
So-
playing music for 15,000 years, dude. I mean, however long humanity's been walking the earth.
Yep.
First time a rock fell off another rock and went bop, boop, bop, boop, bop. Somebody went
Drums.
boop, bop, boop, bop.
Somebody started bobbing her head like,
Goddamn right.
Oh, I
Okay,
can almost
motherfucker.
tell you out there in podcast land that we will have a rock dropping and boo-bopping off other rocks on our album at some point.
I'm gonna
surprised there's
fucking-
not
I'll do
already.
it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the music news and all that, my favorite part of this podcast is album of the week.
Oh yeah,
Like
Yeah.
I love
Oh.
album of the week because we're all vinyl geeks, and so
I did. I
think you
that was
need to
me.
whip yours out there.
That was
Hi-hat.
me. So I found.
the vinyl.
Mother-
The vinyl.
I found.
Oh.
Oh. Fuck, man. I was
we need a
about-
bigger.
I know.
Oh. I
We
thought
need a
anyway.
close-up camera if I was going to whip anything else out.
Same.
we'd have to blur it, but it'd be that big.
Right. Yeah.
Be all fucking bush with a little
Is that a fly?
Looks
what
like a
happened?
fucking button on a
with a
fur
little
coat.
blurry spot on it.
I think you dripped some food on it or something. They're blurring out.
It's like like
I
one of
think
those
you
crumbs
sat
in your
some
beard.
gum.
Yeah, I get it.
No, so I knew that this was my album of the week, and like I said, I've been inspired to try to go find albums. So I found an original pressing, 1971 original pressing of Snoop Dogg, fucking Doggy Style. Fucking-
No,
don't look at this Walmart sticker right
that
here.
doesn't feel right.
This is yeah,
71,
No,
are you sure?
yeah, no, it's definitely the sever. You would know if it was any newer than that because.
Do you need these glasses? Let's see if we can read that a little better.
Anyway, I went and picked this up the other day, and I was so damn excited. I actually went there looking for, I don't know, rock, metal, anything. And then I saw this, and this won over everything else
hell
that
yeah.
was in
Oh,
the case.
yeah.
So
Doggy Style is a perfect hip hop album.
it is. It's absolutely awesome.
1993. Lou and I broke a bunch of fucking car amps to that album.
Yeah, we did.
It's got everything good. Like and this podcast comes out on a Friday, so Gangster Rap Friday. This is what you gotta jam this.
Yeah, so
Gangster
for
Rap
the
Friday.
Blacktooth Boys and for Snoop and everybody, this Friday, it's Gangster Rap Friday.
Every
and
Friday.
Album 1, you got to crank up Doggy Style.
Yep.
Gin and juice, fucking yeah. G's up, hose down. This is so good. The whole thing.
Cheese and Hustlers, that's always a good one.
Yes.
Piano,
Da-na-na.
fucking,
Bow.
Yes, sir.
Ba-dow,
Yeah.
ba-ba-da-da. This is
So-
for the cheese.
So I'm thinking about getting that tattoo. So, my hip hop tattoo leg with the ice cube
Oh, yeah.
over here and
Yeah.
stuff. I've been thinking about getting that of Snoop with the little tiny joint hanging out of his mouth as the next one in my hip hop tribute on my leg.
There's an
you
alternative
should get the
version.
one where he's on. Sorry, I mean cut you off.
Nope,
Right there
same idea.
Right there in the doghouse.
Oh hell yeah!
That picture right there.
There's an alternative version of that.
Well, I want the
album.
portrait.
What?
I want the portrait.
There's another version of that album that's far more explicit, and they were like, "No, you cannot use that cover." So if you find that one's worth fuck tons of money.
Fuck yeah!
I have owned that album no less than half a dozen times.
My
CD, tape, fucking records.
My
dude.
mom, I love her to death, but she found that album sitting on the stairs.
Yes, she did.
I was gonna grab it on the way upstairs, but I'm like, no, I need me a fucking snack and a cold pop. And fucking,
Oh no!
yeah, before I could grab it to go upstairs, she's like, "What the fuck is this?
Oh, you be smoking that weed?
You listen to fucking pornography? You listen to it now? What the hell is this? Doggy style?
Oh,
No,
your
right in
mother.
the trash this went.
Oh, your
Oh,
mother,
no.
dude. Your mother is such the saintest woman of any women I
Like-
fucking know in my life.
I mowed our lawn for that, lady.
That was in 1971 pressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
That
so
was original.
That was the
93, dude. I was 12.
That was
when
the
that
cover
album
you
came
were
out.
talking about.
Yeah. Oh,
Your mom drove us to Fred Meyer, and that's how I bought it.
Yeah. So I think that's so
Dude.
crazy. I was gonna say this is that
Right.
the it's amazing that we all found each other with the different upbringings we had in the household and whatnot. Because my mom in the 7th or 8th grade bought me the Ice-T Power vinyl that I had as album of the week here a while back.
yeah, dude.
And it's got that half naked chick on the front, and then when it shows the back of them, they're all holding fully automatic rifles. And my mom
She was
bought
like, you got to.
my
hear
mom
this.
paid for that. Like, here you go. Handed it to me, but she had the one condition. I think I told this before, but she also bought me Led Zeppelin 1 or 2. I think it
that's
was
right.
1. And it was mandatory, though, that I listened to that entire album before I got to spin the Ice-T Power album.
Parenting
yeah,
at its
that's
finest.
So,
Fuck yeah.
you know, growing up like that, but I think it's so cool because, you know, that's a lot more strict than I was raised.
Oh man,
Oh, dude.
And we all
my
found each
mom-
other. We all found each other.
My
I think
mom
that's cool as
fucking
shit.
found Use Your Illusion 2 in my room and sat there and was like reading the lyrics back to me. And I was
Ooh.
like, oh, dude, it was the most awkward thing I'd ever. Oh, God.
It was
she was
fu-
like, is
and-
this what you're listening? Oh, my God.
and
dude.
and she got such a kick out of it because she knew that you were just like, ugh.
Oh, God. She could see me
Oh,
just
man.
cringing. Yeah.
See, my dad was open whatever the hell I wanted to do, and I think he came in one time when we were listening to Two Live Crew, and he was like, "What?"
Oh, yeah.
and then just walked out.
No, my dad had a particular set of beliefs that
It was Johnny Cash of the fucking highway.
did not allow a lot of hip hop into our house. That was how I'm going to word that.
I went through a lot of hip hop and metal, and then like shit. I remember listening to I think it was Ride the Lightning, like that album,
Oh, yeah.
and Dad comes in the room. I had
What is
blaring,
this?
just blaring, and so I turn it down, and he goes, "Why do you listen to that kind of music?" And I'm like, "You don't like rap? You don't like this?
It
I mean,
makes me feel
you want me to
stuff, Dad.
fucking put on some Conway Twitty? God damn,
You damn right he
Oh, your
did.
dad would have fucking boogied if he walked into your
Dude,
room.
I still think my dad was Conway Twitty.
He might have been.
He looked
Your
a
dad
lot
had that
like him.
same fucking awesome Danny McBride hair from the Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah.
That big, beautiful fucking pomp.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
it's
God,
the chops,
Gino rocked that
the
shit.
chops, the sideburns.
He was a bad motherfucker, man.
So parental influence in music. I know that Stacy's birthday is coming up
Yeah.
next week, and there's one thing that I've been searching for. This is all going to make sense here in a second. There's one thing that I'd love to find, and it's a Warrant Cherry Pie CD or album.
Oh shit.
You want it on vinyl?
Because the same thing happened to her. The same fate faced her Cherry Pie album that did your Snoop Dogg album. Her mom was like, "What in the hell is this?" Did she throw it out the window of the car? Right out the window of the car, just because of the picture on the front with the chick on the skates with the.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
scandalous.
You know, and that's just wild to me because I literally hearing everybody's stories, I had it by far the best.
Oh, you did.
So
yeah.
if you listen to that Ice-T Power album, I specifically remember. Now you boys knew my mom really well, Jeremy
yeah.
and Lou. Hi, you met her several times.
Will you hand us
But
the
my
beer, son?
my mom, if she typically would give you that, my mom's little one eye, eagle eye look, like, and she didn't have to say shit.
Oh, she didn't have to say
She could
shit.
look at you and
she
you
did this number.
Yep. And you'd shut it down.
You
that
had
was it.
to.
So I had put on the Ice-T album, and I was sitting in my room. We were living in Haley, Idaho at the time, and I was playing Nintendo or some shit. And I had this album going because I had a record player in my room. And I'd completely forgotten about a song that was on there, but it's Girls LGBNAF, which is Girls Let's Get Butt Naked and Fuck.
Right.
And so I've got this thing spinning, and that comes on, and I'm just like listening, man, this dude fucking, and I'm just like fucking loving it, right?
How's it go?
And
How's it go?
all of a sudden I hear the Girls Let's Get Butt Naked and Fuck, and I turn, and I didn't even have to my mom didn't have to say a word. As soon as it said that, I was sitting on my bed, and my door was at my back, and I paused my game, and I turned around, and there's my mom in the door looking at me. And I literally walked over to my record player, picked the needle up, moved it to the next song, and off she went.
Oh, dude.
Didn't confiscate my record.
No, just questioned. I remember the old man standing in the door of my room. Ain't nothing like pimping, just let it roll. Motherfucker shit, goddamn asshole. Ain't nothing like
high quality
pimping,
lyric.
just don't quit. Motherfuck you, dumb shithead bitch. And I turned and looked, and there's the old man. And he's giving me that same fucking look.
Oh, yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
And
My
I don't
mom
even
never
love
said a
Too
word.
Short, but I was just like, I was revolting, you know?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Well, this has been fun, boys, for the second time since, Hyatt let the sausage out of the underwear and whatever the phrase is. Sausage out of the bag.
Tickled his own snickle fritz.
Yeah. What'd you say? You jellied your own Twinkie?
I don't remember. I make
He
them up
tickled
as
his
I
own
go.
fancy.
Right.
Yeah. I'm trying to learn.
Not to
Has
fluff,
this been
fluff my
plenty
own
of podcast?
What's that?
Has this been plenty of podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Or-
Yeah, we're plenty of podcasts.
Oh, let's get the fuck out
You got to
of here.
pee, don't you, bud?
No, I'm actually good.
Well,
Let's do
good
some
job.
recording.
Let's do some recording. I love you, boys. I love
Okay,
you
I
in
love you.
podcast land. Stick around for the end of this episode.
Boy,
Little
I hope
Black
this
Tooth
recorded because I'm not fucking doing it.
We're not
again.
doing it again. If it
Yeah.
didn't, we're skipping an episode.
Cheers to Pepper.
Cheers to Pepper.
Pepper wants
Fuck
you
yeah.
to stick around and watch what happens after this.
Yep.
Okay, I love you. Bye.
Okay, I love you. Bye.